Girls, what inappropriate questions about guys have you always wanted answered? If a girl wears a push-up bra and then you get her home and she takes it off, are you disappointed? Or could you tell all along that she was making the most of her assets? Or do you just not care either way because boobs? I can honestly say that taking a woman's bra off has never been accompanied by a sense of disappointment. How do you prefer your ladies to be groomed down there? I don't really want hair in my mouth, but apart from that, it's their decision. It's my wife's decision. It's also my decision to not go down on her when she doesn't groom it. I just can't do it. Hair makes me gag. When you hug us, can you feel our boobs touching your chest? When I hug other girls, I never feel a difference, but since y'all are flat-chested, I always wondered if you could feel a difference. Yes, we can. We secretly love it. If you're hugging chest to chest, then yes, it's incredibly noticeable. However, most of the time when I'm hugging a woman, mostly me wife, the height difference prevents that with my chest coming into contact with her upper chest, just above the slope of her breasts, so it seems to really only happen during intimacy. This makes me feel kind of self-conscious now. I always hug chest to chest because I don't like side hugs and I'm a pretty busty girl. Thanks for pointing out the height thing though, I hadn't considered that. What's your favorite unconventional turn-on? There is nothing better than a girl who has a mischievous smile on her face. Not sure how unconventional it is, but when she rubs my butt, that's super pleasant. It's like foreplay rather than something to send me over the edge. But I love it. I don't know how unconventional it is, but it definitely isn't something I've heard a lot of guys say. Kinda glad you said this though, because I love butts. Guys who shave your junk. Don't you get nervous about that? I hate giving the lady downstairs a haircut for fear of getting nicked. I can't imagine how anxious I'd be putting a blade near my balls. You get used to it, just pull the skin taut, and it's no different from shaving your face. If anything, I'd say it easier due to being able to manipulate the contours versus the contours of your face. Not super inappropriate, but do you guys really always think about sex? A lot of intelligent women I know seem to believe that, and even believe that every guy who approaches them wants sex. I don't really know if I believe that, but I personally think about sex a lot too. Also, do you really categorize a girl early on? As in, she's either girlfriend, hookup, or wife status? Or is that just a bunch of bullshit? Sex is definitely not always on my mind. Top 5 maybe, but there are more pressing matters mostly. And no, I don't. Most of the time when I meet a woman, I'm not even thinking about them in a sexual, romantic way. More of a, this is a person I can chat with thing. Gotta know them, and if they're even interested in me. Do guys really hate a woman that talks too much? Oh, and also, do you guys think that physical things, such as being pretty and all, a deal breaker? About the talking. For many men, people, active listening is taxing. You get home after work, and all you want is to sit down, turn your brain off, and relax. Having your girlfriend's wife then come over and engage in a meaningful conversation deprives us of that. It's not that we don't give a shit. We just aren't capable of always being on. I think that when arguments arise from this, it's because the intent of a partner is assumed to be malicious, you don't care, which in turn causes the other to become defensive. The truth is much simpler than that. We love you, but our brain isn't working right now. So no, guys don't necessarily hate a woman who talk too much. Guys who say that they do, I suspect, really mean that they hate women who project malice onto men who don't have the energy to keep their guard up at all times. Not really inappropriate, but if a girl sleeps with you on the first date, do you consider that a turnoff? Like, does it make you lose respect for the girl and make you not even think about taking things further? No, because I'd be acting fairly hypocritically, wouldn't I? Personally, I'd prefer to take it slow, and if a girl doesn't want to, that's fine, and her call to make. No hurt feelings here. It's not a turnoff as much as it is an incompatibility. There's plenty of people who don't care about hypocrisy, often who it wouldn't even occur to think about it with. What can I say? I'm a thinker. Do you judge girls based off their size? Example, your ex is super skinny and the new girl isn't as small. Do you compare them to each other? It's literally impossible to not notice differences, especially if you got pretty used to it. Imagine you had an ex with a bigger dick. Then the new guy has a smaller dick, and you can't help but notice the difference. That type of deal. I know this may be an odd thing to ask, and almost somewhat personal for some of you, I'm sure, but why do men crave being needed so badly? Why do you want people to depend on you so much, or to be a powerful person? Don't you ever need moments to be vulnerable, or a shoulder you can lean on? I'll give you an answer that relates to me personally. Not necessarily other men. I think it's hard, coded into my DNA for the most part. If someone needs me, then I matter. If nobody needs me, then I don't matter. My purpose is to provide and support. To make sure that the people I love and care about have food, shelter, clothing, safety, and are taken care of to the best of my abilities. If I don't have anybody to provide for, then why do I bother even getting up in the morning? Well, I'm an adult with bills, so I get up, bust my ass, and do all the hard work. Doing so, however, doesn't satisfy the innate drive to provide because the only person I'm providing for is myself. Yes, I do have plenty of moments where I need to be vulnerable and receive support. Having somebody that can provide that vulnerability and support is extremely important, and that need should be met by the people I'm working for. It helps recharge my morale and my desire to keep going. There's a scene in Jaws where, utterly exhausted and frustrated, Sheriff Brody tells his son, "Give us a kiss." His son asks why. Brody replies, "Because I need it." Why is taking a shit an event? Like, why can I be in and out the bathroom in 10 minutes tops and men take half an hour or more? What do you do in there? How do your legs not fall asleep? No one in my family takes that long to drop anchor. Actually, I don't think any man actually takes that long. A lot of men use going number 2 and an excuse to take some brief personal time. People are unlikely to try and make any kind of demand of your time or even bother you at that point. So it's a good moment to escape from life's pressures. Then you can just say, "I was taking a really big shit," and they'll leave the whole thing alone. I've always found something sexy about a guy who is married. Apparently it's a primal thing called mate poaching. Do guys think there's something sexy about a married woman as well? Or is it just not as interesting since it's way less likely she'll sleep with you? Nope, not a thing at all. The same thing doesn't really affect men. We don't choose mates by pre-selection. We pick who we want, not pick someone because they've already shown favorable traits by being picked by someone else. It's the same reason why people hitting on our girlfriends pisses us off. Whereas with women, it's satisfying in a way, I'm told, because it lets you know that your man is desirable to other women, and therefore good. Guys don't need or want that to determine how good our partner is. We don't group think in the same way. If we want something, we just go get it. There's no pre-selection involved. Do you guys really feel no attachment after sex? People always say girls get more attached than dudes do, but how is this really? Depends on the guy situation. A couple of times after sex, I've not had that much attachment, but realistically, the relationship wasn't working out at that point. On the other hand, first time with a partner I'd been with for a long while before we were intimate. Lying there after sex with her was one of the best moments ever, with a lot of emotions. Do guys like fake boobs? I got fake boobs in high school for medical reasons, and I am curious. Personal preference varies wildly on this topic. I'm curious if you don't mind me asking, what are the medical reasons behind augmentation? I know there is reduction for back pain, but why enlarge them medically? How do you keep your butts clean when you have all that hair and no natural lubrication? Seems like it would get dry and sticky stuck in the hair. Swamp ass is real, and it is awful. If I'm ever grumpy and it's hot outside, there's a 90% chance it's because I feel like I'm carrying the Everglades between my ass cheeks. For me, I have to wear boxer briefs. If it's boxers, it makes everything worse. I get very sturdy toilet paper, and I shower daily. I also have a designated bar of soap for just my ass. And before anyone asks, no, I refuse to shave. I did it once, and I've never had such a horrible rash in my entire life. Never again. I'd rather be grumpy than unable to do anything but squat in a cold bath. Thank you for watching our video. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. See you in the next video.